So I'm join the Discord, we'll go to the website. It's all linked down below if you guys would like to be a part of this. But so right now what I'm trying to do is run a test of what I have here. So I've got this data. I have the open, high, low, close as values. I've got the SMAs, got my entries and my exits. So I have this pipeline here. I'm sending it all of this information. And I have here an account state that I've created, and then I have this for index, and I'm every time we have an entry, I'm saying you know, create this account, even though I don't think that we really need to do that, because if we're returning an account state and an order result, yeah, actually I guess we do have to do that, because here we have to update the account state. Yeah, I guess we do have to do that. Um, so what I'm running into is an issue that is saying to make this minimum leverage happen. So I said that I want my max equity risk percent is equal to $5 or 5% of my account equity, but it doesn't seem to be happening. It seems to be that I am continuously saying that you need leverage, you need leverage, you need leverage. And then even though there's only like 2,000 rows, somehow we have gone on to a 1,400,000. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1,400,000 results. I'm not sure. So I'm trying to debug this. And I'm not exactly sure what is wrong. So let us try to actually debug this. So let's step into this. Let's put a breakpoint here. Let's step into this. Oops. Step into this. Now here, I'm processing the order. Let's check the order. No. Now, do we ever check to see if the account free cache? When do we check to see if this max, did I even put that in? That's the problem. If, I swear to God I did. Yeah. Okay. So that checks to make sure that it's not 0. Okay. So I literally don't do anything with it except just check. Okay. So let's see. So oh, less than. It has to be if new free cache is greater than this, then it should be rejected. Because yeah, it can't be less than. Or no, wait. Yeah, because if we have $100 and our free cache, Oh wait, no, it does have to be less. So I have to figure this out. So I think I actually need to change this to less than or equal to, because if we're at 60, and I also need to put this up above this, because we don't need to go through all of this stuff if we already so what I need to do is yeah, so I need to make this less than or equal to, because if we are at, like, let's say we're doing it in 1% at 100, and my max equity risk is 5%. So if we're at $60, it's not less than 50. So then we go through the process, then we come back up, we check what our free cash is. If our free cash is 50, then that means that our free cash is less than or equal to 50, right? And so we do not want to risk have that out there. So we would have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is 100, 2 is 90, 3 is 80, 4 is 70, 5 is 60. So now we only have 50. So yeah, I think it should be less than or equal to. Because then we would have, if we did the 60, then that means that we would have only $50 left for our free cash. So yes, this has to be less than or equal to. And it needs to be moved. This needs to be moved up to the very top. Right, and then this needs to also be here, saying that if our new free cash is 0, then hey, we can't fulfill the order. And this needs to be like way up here. This needs to be the first thing that we do. So we say if this, and well, wait a minute. Let's just bring this down here, because we set free cash here. So if our free cash so let's grab this. Yeah. So we have to check to see if this free cash is less than or equal to this, then don't do anything. Yeah. And so I think we have to just copy this and bring it over into the buy. Put that up here. I'll switch the screens in just a second. And we also need to get rid of all of this. And then there was something else that I needed to do. Oh yeah, I also changed it so that way we check to see if it's this is NaN first, because for the most part these are probably going to be NaN. So yeah, so here we're checking, is the trailing stop loss percent NaN? If it is, then just do this, because what we had before is we had this at the end. So it would check this, it would check this, then it would put it as NaN, and then same thing for the stop loss prices. It would check. So it was just a bunch of extra steps that weren't really needed. I think what I want to do is I want to just raise an error here first. No, actually I don't. Because we're just gonna keep. So now the other problem that I'm thinking about here is if we do reach the maximum whatever, our max equity, I don't want to keep trying. I don't want to keep going through this whole loop. And so I want to. I also want to check that here. So if not is nan and account state dot free cache. So I basically want to check. I basically want to do the check in here. So that way we don't even. There's no point of even going in here if we have reached our right. The only issue right now with setting it up that way, where I'm checking to see if the max equity, is that we have no take profits set up here, and so all we're gonna do is just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. That's the problem. But how? What is this? So we have our account free cash. Let's see, once we get down to 50, so here. Wait, what? How do we get. How is this happening? How are we at 24? And then now we have this happening. What the hell? How? What the hell? How is that even happening? That makes no sense. What? I said, I said, okay. So let's see. I mean, I made some changes, so let's just see what happens now. It's still doing it. Okay. What is it not checking? Order checker. I feel like I need to check this here. I need to go ahead and just check it. I can't do that because this is returning back an order. But the order can't even happen if the account state equity. The order not. I need to do a return of order not filled. But I can't do that because this is returning an order. So this is the order checker. because this is creating the order. Then we go to execute order. Here I could check it here. I mean, oh god, it would be so much better to just be able to check it right here at the very, very top instead of having to go through all of this shit just to get a but we cannot do that because we are just checking the order. We'd have to raise the value. Unless we were to send back the status. If we were to send back a status here, and then... no. Because then we still have to go through and check all the shit. Oh, boy, this sucks. We have to go through all of these checks just to get here to check. I mean, honestly, we should just be checking within this thing. I think I'm gonna have to make another checker thing. That checks, it does these checks, and it returns the yeah, it returns the order result and the account state where it says order cannot be processed. I need to create like another helper function with that. Or else I'm gonna have to put that in here. So I have to do and this. We have to do and not this. Or, and then we put this. Okay. And then we say else. We'll say we'll say this. Order not filled. So now we have to try to figure out how to clean this up. So it's actually readable. Okay. So and let's just do max percent for now. Because we know we're going to have to put that somewhere else. So we have this and here. And this. So do we need another one of these? And count 8 dot free cache. Can I do this? Why can't I do this? Oh. What's wrong with this? Oh. So if this, else this, okay, that makes sense. So we have this. If there's an entry, now maybe we need to check this first. Because if there's an entry, that's true, and then if this is, then this is false. Yeah, I guess it just depends on if you're running something that's going to have more entries than this. If you're going to have more entries than this happening, then you'd want to put that second, so I don't know. So we have, is this not nan, and this is not nan, and the account state free cache is less than or equal to, oh, wait a minute. If this is false, wait, if this is true, so if this is not nan, then that's true, and so this is a 6, this is not nan, so this is a 7, this is not nan, so that's true, and this is false, and not this. And not this. So if this is true, then this would be false. So this would be true, this would be true, this would be false, so then the whole thing would be false. This has to be true, true, and true, and then it'll do this. Else, it will do this. So, how do you, disconnect? Alright, let's restart it. Clear all this shit. Let's see what happens here. Order referred before assigned. Order.maxeq. Wait, what? Order. Oh. Oh. Shit. Oh. I guess we'll just have to send this. Equals. We will just have to send this. And here. And we'll send this here and here. And here we will say that equals 5. So now let's try this. Now let's try this. Okay. I don't know why the ID changed here. Uh, How many of these things are there? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so that makes sense. So let's just fill it with zeros. Full. Let's just do zeros. Zeros, and then we'll just do this, zeros. This one has a bunch of zeros in it. So how do I want to do this. Right? Is that what I want to do? What if I did 0? But I don't want it to print out like that. I just want to get the 0. Ah. What? 0. What? What is this? So this just gives me the answer to the first one. And then I want 1, 0. Okay, so how do I... What? How do I print this shit? Alright, so we're able to get 1, 2, 3. I don't know how much free cash was used. That's the problem. So we'd have to add free cash to the... We'd have to add free cash. We'd have to add free cash used. But I guess we could put that in the logs. Because here, what we'd have to do is come down here. Because we have side, fees, price, size, IDX call, this. Then we say here, we're like, free cash used. Well, let's actually, before we do all that, let's since we only do this many times, let's just try to run through this. See what happens here. So this is our... What? We did 1, 2... What? I guess I gotta... We gotta add this too. Let's see. Oh, I only want to risk $5. Is that really real? I mean, I guess that's real when you add in the fees and you're taking into the leverage into consideration. Because are do I want it to be free cash or do I want it to be my position? This isn't really making any sense. Yeah, I think this doesn't make any sense because it's not about this. It's about if I were to get stopped out, I only want to risk a total of $5 if I get stopped out. So it has nothing to do with the free cash. It has to do with me getting stopped out. So now I have to do that calculation. So now I have to spend some time doing the math. Also, this is getting really annoying. I kind of want to just combine the increase function into one thing because making these changes here and then having to make the change here is so annoying and it makes things confusing. The only problem is that it would have to be like different math. But yeah, this is so annoying. Because I swear I know I'm going to forget to do something somewhere. But I want to just comment this out because it's possible that, let's say that you're running a bunch of different coins, and let's say like there's a trade that happens on Bitcoin, then there's a trade that happens on Ethereum, then a trade that happens on XRP. Well, your overall account, your overall free cash is gonna be at like, let's say it's gonna be at 70, whereas you're only in one trade on each one of these things. So like you're risking. So I think I need a way to do it off of the free cash. And I think that this actually is the right way to do it. So it's like, I don't want more than 5% of my account at risk. But I guess that is actually true, though, here, this 5% of my account at risk. Because if I were to get liquidated on each one of those trades, then my free cash would end up, my account equity would end up being my free cash. So I guess I kind of have to do it this way. But the one part I don't understand is uh, let's I'll do this in a range of 10. I'll do it in a range of 8 since we're trying to work with 5%. So how do I get it to be, yeah, well, no. I'm gonna uncomment these changes here. Yeah, I think I need to actually put the buy increase and the sell increase together in one. This is so fucking annoying. But well, no, I mean, I'm looking at this and it's like this would be able to be the same, this would be able to be the same, this would be able to be the same. This wouldn't, this wouldn't, this wouldn't, this would not, this would not, this whole section would not, this whole thing. So yeah, actually I take that back because all of this stuff is, but this, I guess this is why I want to move this into another checker is because this check needs to happen way before all this stuff, but we just need to make sure that it actually. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing that check right here. So I don't even need this. But it's just there for now. Okay. Well, actually I could just delete it, I guess. Well, whatever. Um yeah. Okay, so let's just do this. Oh. Let's run it all. What? Oh. So we'll change this one to test equals 8. So we'll change this to test. And we'll get rid of this. And we'll put this as test. Okay. What is happening here? Whoops. Um, Leverage is 50. I had to use 2 of my dollars. Oh, so that's because I need to use that. I need to use this much because if I use any higher, then my leverage would be above my stop loss. Right? So my liquidation price is here. My stop loss is here. So I have to use 2 of my dollars. Yeah, this actually makes sense the way I was doing it. But wait, what? If I just want to risk 1%, if I just want to risk $1, right? Is that what's happening here? I'm saying I want to risk 1% of $100. Stop loss. So why is there an extra dollar added? What's the price? I mean, we're already all the way here. Where's open? The price is this. The price is this. I think I'm also realizing here that the stop loss is actually 1%, but it's not taking in consideration the fees. So here, if the stop loss percent, this needs to be new average entry minus new average entry times this minus plus the fees. Plus the fees. Fees paid plus new average entry minus new average entry. Oh no, I can't do that. I have to do all of this plus fees paid. So that way we add this times 2. I have to multiply it times 2. Because that's including the entry and the exit. So we have to add that to this, and then that would give us our true 1% risk. And then from there, we would calculate the leverage down here with stop loss prices. Okay. Yeah, so that works. Because this is creating our stop loss prices. This right here, this, so all of these were including fees paid. This has to be times 2. Uh, so all of this needs to be wrapped like this. This needs to be that. I think it needs to be like that too. I think. Oh no, it's. Oh wait, what? Wait, what? If order.stop loss is less than new average entry, if stop loss order is less than new average entry, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Then stop loss prices is this. Yeah. I think all this makes sense. Um, the take profit prices also need to have the fees. Take profit price, new average entry. This has to be minus the fees. No, it has to add. We have to add. We have to add because the fees are going to take away. So we have to go plus the fees. Yeah. So here, this, okay, here. So this whole thing needs to be wrapped like this. And then this whole thing needs to be wrapped. So I can do plus the fees. And then this. This needs to be plus the fees. I feel like that's... So, okay. So this is basically saying our stop loss price is going to be our stop loss idea plus the fees, which would take us from, like, if our stop loss was here, it would take us to up here, because when we get stopped out, when we add in the fees, we actually would have got stopped out right here, which would have been the actual $1. And then the take profit, if our take profit is here and we add in our fees would have actually made us come down more, right? So for stop loss, if we're here, our fees would have made us come down more. So yeah, so our fees, what? Right? Yeah. Because if we got stopped out here, it's as if we got stopped out here. Right? So yeah, if this was 1% right here, and there was no fees, then this would work. If there was fees, it would be like we were stopped out. If we were to add fees back into no fees, then it would be like we got stopped out down here instead. Because we actually lost more than $1, right? If we get stopped out here and then you add in the fees, we lost more than $1. So it's as if we got stopped out here. So here, if we take profit, it's with the fees added, it's as if we took profit down. So if we took profit here, it's as if we took profit down here. So that's why we have to move our take profit price up here, because if we take profit here, well then it's as if we took profit right here. So we have to do the same thing for the sell. I think we have to subtract now. So our stop loss price. So if our stop loss price is here, then adding the fees is if we were to get stopped out here. So we have to subtract the fees. So we have to subtract. So all of these is going to be subtraction. Minus fees paid times 2. And here it's going to be the same thing. We'll wrap this. Right? Because if our stop loss is here, price is coming up. So we'd have to get stopped out a little bit earlier. And then here, take profit prices has to be wrapped as well. Right? Because if our take profit is here and price is coming down, if we take profit here, wait, what? If the price is coming down and we take profit here with no fees, then it's fine. If we take the fees into consideration, it's as if we were to have taken profit here. So that means we actually need to add. Because, oh shit. But if here, for the stop loss, if the price was coming up and we got stopped out here, then it's as if we got stopped out here, so we need to subtract. Is that the way it worked for the buy? For the take profit? Uh-oh. So if our take profit is here, and price is coming up to here, boom, it's as if we took profit down here. Right? Oh. Okay, I just did a drawing. And so if we have if we're coming up to take profit on a long and the price is coming up and our take profit is here, without any fees, we would make $1 right here. If we put our take profit right up here, our take profit would be $1.02, but we subtract the 2 cents from the for the fees, right? And therefore we have now made $1. Whereas if we take profit and we subtract the fees, then if we took profit here, we'd make 98 cents, and then we'd still have to subtract the fees from that, so we'd actually make 96. So our take profit has to be above our target here. So that means that for selling stop loss, let's see here. Okay, and so for the stop loss, you have to add. So if we had the same situation for the sells, and we go to our stop losses, if the price if our stop loss is here and the price is coming up, we want to take profit here. We want to get stopped out here because this is 0.98 cents, and we have to add the fees to that because that's what we have to pay, and that would put us at $1 lost. Whereas versus the take profit, if we were to stop right here, it would be 98 cents. That's how much we made. So therefore we have to subtract the fees from the 98 cents that we made. Versus with the stop loss, if we lost 98 cents and we add the fees, well then we lost 96 cents. Or no, we add the fees to 98 cents. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, so when you're stop lossing, you have to add the fees because that's part of what you're losing. And when you're taking profit, you have to subtract the fees because you're losing that from your thing. Okay, so that means that with the okay, so let's just start here with the stop losses. So okay, so if the price is coming down, we add 2 cents. So 198 plus 0.02. So yeah, with the stop losses, if the price is coming down, we need to get stopped out a little bit earlier in order to have a 1% risk. Right? Yes. Because if the price is coming down and we get stopped out here, we have to add, we lost 98 cents from this. If there was no fees, we add the fees to that, we lost $1. Whereas if our take profit is here, we come up, we take profit, we make $1, then you subtract the fees, we made 98 cents. So this makes sense. So this has to be minus. No, this has to be plus. Because we want to get stopped out earlier. Yes, because if this is 500, we want to get stopped out at 501. Okay. Here, so that makes sense. Okay, so buying, you have to add the fees to everything. And subtracting and selling, I think you have to subtract everything. Because if the price is coming down, no, wait a minute, you have to add to everything. Because if you had a stop loss at 500 and the price is coming up, no, you have to subtract from this. If the stop loss is 500, you want to get stopped out at 498 because then when you add the fees, it's 500. So you subtract. And I think that's the same thing for the take profits. So if the price is coming down and you take profit here at 500, you actually want to okay. So if we have our stop loss I'm the worst at word problems. Holy shit. Word problems would always kill me, and they still kill me in math. So if our entry is down here and our stop loss is right here, if we are coming up, we want to get stopped out a little bit earlier so that way we actually lose 1%. Right? But I guess it's saying like, this is the problem. If I want to risk 1% of my account, I think actually the size needs to take. So this no, this is not right. The size needs to take into consideration the fees. So whenever I'm creating the size has to be size minus fees times 2. Right? That wouldn't make any sense though, because let's say you had $500 size, you subtracted $1 for the fees, you'd have $4.99, but then $4.99. So 500 times 0.01 is 5. 499 times 0.01 is 499. So it doesn't actually the fees. It's oh man, I hate word problems. All I know is that this is incorrect because if I have a stop loss at like 500, but my fees, because I'm using such a gigantic size and my fees is like $20, well then it's gonna put my stop loss. Like if my stop loss is here for a short, it's going to put my stop loss way down here. What I really want to do is when my stop loss is hit, I want to use the size that would lose me $1. So I have to figure out the math behind that because I feel like it has to be something like it has to be something with the size that I'm sending has to include the fees. It has to, because this is not going to work. Because yeah, if you're using like a $1 million or $2 million position size, this is gonna screw everything up. So this actually all needs to be deleted. All of that needs to be deleted. Luckily, the size. Yeah, something has to happen with the size. I'm not exactly sure though what it is. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. The size here needs to be something like I think here it just needs to be minus fees paid. Oh fuck. Well, how do you get the fees paid without having the size? I think you just have to do size minus this. But again, that's not going to be right. Because if you have a size of 100, the fees are going to be like 5 cents or something. But then if you have a size of 1 million, then the fees are going to be... Let's see here. Where's my math? So if we have size equals 500, fees equals 0.000, let's just say it's 0.0005. So it's like, okay, whatever. So if I do size times fees, you get okay. So you see, as I'm increasing the size, the fees get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But if I did size minus size times fees times 2. Whoops. Why is this? Oh, so this is $1. So $1 in fees. So $9.99 is not the same thing as size of $9.99 plus size times fees 2. Is it? Or no, it would be $9.99. You see? Minus equals final. And we have this. So if we change it to this, do you have to add, do you just add 1 cent? Let's say I wanted to do what is the size? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So here if I but how do I'll do smaller numbers. Here it seems like all I have to do is just add 1 cent. Yeah, all right. So now I'm realizing that I need to study the living shit out of math. I need to study algebra. I need to get back into studying algebra again. I need to be an algebra master and just go and practice math word problems. Yeah, I need to study the shit out of some algebra. Um, because how big does my size need to be when you add in the fees to get back to $1,000? Well, if we have 1,000 minus size times fees times 2, well, we would have $1 taken from us, right? Well, final plus this times the fees. Wait, why am I adding? Yeah. So if I used this size, then I would also be subtracting from the fees. Or no, I would be adding. Because if this is the final, then I would get stopped out at this price. So then I would have to add these fees. So let's say that I wanted to. Okay, so here it is. I'm risking. I want to risk $100. So this is actually risk, not size. Risk. No. Risk. What is this right? Risk? Am I risking? Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to do here is figure out my risk. If I want to risk losing $1,000, because that's what my fees and stuff like that are going to be applied to my risk. Oh man, I need to write all this stuff out. So I'm back and I realized that this is the size is incorrect. The size needs to be calculated by, if I were to have a stop loss of 1%, I do this. So this is how much I'm risking, which would be $1. So it would be like 1% divided by 100, which gets you 0.01, times this, which gives you this. Then I guess I might as well just remove all this. Then you have to do new risk amount divided by, shit. It depends also too if it's buying or selling. Shit. I think what I need to do here is just get because here I'd have to check. I'd have to make one for buying, and then I have to make one for selling. I might as well just come over here, and then when you get here, I just do order dot size, and then you do well, no. At the very end of this, I could do a check and see if this is on the short side, then you change the size. If it's on the long side, then you just change the size. Yeah, I could do that. But first I gotta fix what I messed up over here. What did I mess up here? Yeah. So, I need to take, so the formula is, so if I want to risk 1%, and my stop loss is 0.01, and my fees are this, let's just make the fees simple. Then my total risk is this. Well, no, this is these are my fees. Let me figure this out. So I'm realizing that the problem here is that I was doing this, I was adding the fees first and then dividing by the stop loss, which is not the way it needs to actually be done. It needs to be done this way. So you have your equity, you have your risk amount, you have your, so I want to risk 1%. Stop loss needs to be 1%. The fees, I'm just putting this to make things easier. So if we have our risk, that means we're gonna have risk, size, fees. Yeah. Okay. So I think anyway, let's just do this. So we have our risk, which is our equity. So here I want to risk 1% of my equity, which is 100, so that's $1. So we've got that. Then if I want to have a stop loss of 1%, then I have to take my risk, divide that by the stop loss, which will give me 100. So, you know, I needed a position size of 100. If this was slightly different, oh wait, never mind. If I had this at 2, then you would see that we get $50. Okay, because 52%, it's $1. Right? Okay, so anyways, that math is working out. And so now what I have to do is I have to do the size divided by 1 plus the fees. I think the plus is for buying. And I think I got that from, man, we mentioned fees a lot here. Fees paid, size times this. So this formula right here comes from this formula, right? So if we have our size, we want the size to be 100. Yeah, if we have our size, we want it to be 100. Wait, what is this? Okay. So if we look at all this, right? The reason why this works right here is because we have to solve for x, right? So our size with fees is this. So if we want to lose if we want to have a stop loss of 1% and we also want to risk 1% of our equity, then we need to have this size right here, because this size is what you need when you add in the fees, right? So, and the reason why we're not doing fees times 2 is because we have our initial entry fee, which is going to take like take a hit. I think. Yeah, it has to. Um, because it's going to have to go through the same exact process, which is like if I have a stop loss of 1%, I would need a size of this, which would give me this, and then I have another size of this. So imagine if I just did basically it would just be x times 2 is what's happening here, which is exactly what it is. Um, tired. This basically works out to be if I just went like by this and I went by my risk, which was this right here, and I didn't add in the fees. If I put in $100 here and $100 here, so that's okay. I have a position size of 100, so P is order, whatever. Let's just call it O for order, or let's just leave it at X. So if I have my order size is 100, well, we have to add the fees to that 100. So then we get, point 50 cents or something like that. Oh yeah, fees paid. That's what it was. Fees paid equals fees. It's fees times size. Fees paid equals fees times size. All right, so I'm paying 50 cents. I think this is, it needs to be like this. I'm paying 5 cents. This is the way the fees are. It's 0.06 on the fees. So then this here. Just do this. Same thing. Okay. So, yeah, so if I want to risk $1, then here it'll make my size. If I take my size with fees plus, and then I add the fees, because here I basically took away the fees, then that gives me this size right here. And so that allows me to trade with a stop loss of 1%. That's why if I wanted to risk 2% of my account, there you go. That's $2. That's $2, 2%. So I need to use this position size, because when I get into the trade, it will be this amount. I think, right? I don't have to do fees times 2, right? Actually, I lied. I do need to do fees times 2 because you're gonna have an initial fee, and then you will have. So let's say that if I got in with this, if I got in with this size right here, then I would get charged fees on that, which would put me at 200. Then if I did another um, transaction, it would be of this number to close out of the trade. It would be times 2. So I need to have times 2 here. Because here we're basically simulating entering and then exiting. But why is this 0.000001? It's the question. I think I have to have it twice. Because this is assuming that I'm entering the trade and exiting the trade. So if I'm entering the trade and exiting the trade, what size do I need to use? Oh, okay, well this. And so here we see if we enter the trade, we have a size plus size times fees. Then we exit the trade, we have size plus size times fees. So now I'm realizing that if I did size, if I did this with the fees times 2, then what if you go and you take if you wanted to take profit, and let's say that your position size was 100, so you sent over size 100 to get out of the position, well then it's going to do this, right? And so what's happening here? So if I want to decrease, if I wanted to decrease my position size, size equals infinite. Wait, are we not even going through the order checking process? Oh, yeah, we are. Process order in B. That calls order checker. And here with the size. Oh boy. So if the order size is the max order size, if it's infinite, yeah, so then here we'd put it as the current state. So if we had a $100 position size, we'd put it as that, and then we'd send it all the way down here, and it would be this. So I think what we need to do is because if you are doing a decrease, if you're trying to decrease your position size, there's no reason for you to do any risk percent amount, anything. You're just taking profit or getting stopped out. And so I think that shit. I guess down here at the very end of it, it would just have to be if order dot, what is this? Order dot order type? order type equals order type long entry or order type. Can you do this? Can you do something where it's like 6 equals 7 or 8? Can you do it like this? Oh, you can do this. Ah, that's nice. That is nice to know. Order type short order type order dot order type dot short. There we go. So if order type equals this or this, then you do this. Else we leave the size alone. Right? Shit. Then we have to come back over here. And now I have to go to the fees paid. Oh boy, so we have to oh shit. Well, no. This is right. Because if we have a like 99.56483, we're gonna pay fees on that. And then we are you know, here when we get here, we're gonna pay fees on this. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. That's okay, that works. So now we just have to go to okay. New average entry is size plus this. Right? I guess that's right. If we're fucking with the size. So looking at the rest of this all looks fine. I don't really use size anywhere else. All of this stuff looks fine for leverage and all of this. Why does size equal size? Oh. Size just equals order dot size here. Yeah, same thing. Okay. All right, so let's just see if this works. Let's see what happens here. So what is this? Let me delete this, and we'll do this will be test longs, and then this will be testing shorts. All right. Okay, so we don't need this part. Okay. So let's start this. So that's fun. This. I don't feel like dealing with this shit. What? Why is my kernel dead? Why is my kernel dead, huh? I feel like I really need to Control Alt Shift R. Why does that not work? Control Alt Shift R. Control Alt Shift R. R. Control Alt Shift R. That's what I'm doing. Yes. Congratulations. What? How do I get rid of this? Oops. What? Why does that not work? What? Control Alt Shift A. Control Shift A. That's not reloading anything. So dumb. Anyways, let's run this. Let's run this. What? 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 Not supported between instances of NumPy, darray, and int? Oh. If order count ID. Wait, what? Oh, I was like, what the hell? That makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, here. So our average entry has changed. Okay, we lost some money there. Because our low was lower than our stop loss. So let's try to do some regular simple numbers here. So let's do 100. Price is this. Let's do 1 and 1. And let's do this as 1. And then let's add 1. 1. Risk to reward is still 2. Wait, what? Oh, we add a stop loss. Oh, we add a take profit here. Okay. So we first buy at 1,000, then we'll buy at 500. And that should put us at 750, right? So let's try this. Let's do this. And let's do this. Yeah, it's so fast. What are we at? Free cash is 95, whatever. Average entry is 666. Okay. I guess this is the other problem too, is that when you're creating the size, oh shit, if you enter like twice, yeah, if you enter twice, so if you enter once, then you enter again, that's like 4 times the fees. Whereas it's one entry and then one, oh shit. All right, first let's just try to open one trade and then close it and see what happens. Okay. So now let's try to close this. Okay, so now we are going to try to close this to close. This. How did I lose $3? Oh, I took profit. So we're at 1,000. So let's do... Wait a minute. Uh, do I even have a stop loss? Yes, I do. How did I lose $3? How did I lose $3? If I got out at 990, basically 1%, which I don't understand how it's not 1%. I think I'm maybe doing the math wrong there. How in the hell did I lose $3? What the fuck is going on here? Kind of need to put this one first, probably. Or this one first. Risk equals this. Risk is 100. Size is 100. Right? New size percent equals 1%. Oh, this definitely needs to be higher. All of this stuff needs to be way higher. Why is it down here? It needs to be above all of this stuff. Okay, so now let's move to the... What? What? What just happened? It's a long entry. What? Order type is 0. If it's this, what? Whoa, wait, what? What? Huh? What? This is 0. This is 5. This is this. What the hell? False. 0 equals 0 or 0 or this. How is this false? I did this over here. What does it mean? What do you mean? How is this? 0 equals 0 or 5. What? One? What? How come you can't have 0.0? What? False. What? 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 So you can wait, how could you how what? Wait a minute. What? What? Why? What? Why can I not see if that's 0 or not? What the fuck? 1. But if I change this to a 1? What? What? You can't do this? But if this... So if I did 5... you can't do that. Alright. Okay. Guess you can do that. Stupid thing. Lied to me. Stupid thing. Stupid thing. How did I lose $2? All right. I do not understand. This should be like, if I'm gonna do $1, this should be like the free cash should be 99 point. Like if it was like 1 cent, what is this? The size 89. What? $98. My position is 89. Okay. Why did I use this much? If all I did was pay my fees paid with 5 cents, how is any of this possible? My stop loss, if I have an equity of 100 and I have a stop loss of 1%, I should only be risking $1, which means that my free cash should be like 98.9999999, and my free cash use should be one. Why is it $1.83 if I'm borrowing this much? All right, my math is completely fucked up all over the place. So we got our price, we got our order. Whoa. Oh, that's why. Divided by 100. There we go. Let's disconnect from that shit. Let's, I think we can try to run it again. What? Oh. I have to restart this. Let's run all these. I used even more money this time? Come on, man. Gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. .06 divided by 100. How in the hell? How do I get in this situation? Well, my size is correct. Still don't understand how. My size is correct, but yet my closed trade P&L is negative $3. Oh my god. If I did this, this plus this times 2, how much is that? Okay. Basically $1. Or 100. Okay. I should probably put this one first as well. Stop loss price 990 makes a perfect sense. Okay. Shouldn't my leverage be like 99 or something? Shouldn't it? Well, no. So the lower my leverage, the more free cash I'm going to use. So my free cash used. So I had to use 2 of my dollars. 100 divided by 50. Yeah, that makes sense. So I had to use 2 of my dollars, and I borrowed $98 basically. New free cash. Okay, this makes sense. That makes sense. Because I had to use 2 of my dollars. Cash borrowed was 97. That makes sense. New liquidation price. So the new liquidation price 985. That makes sense. If new free cash is less than 0. Okay. So all of this makes sense. All of this makes sense. My position size makes sense. All that makes sense. All right, now we have to figure out what the hell doesn't make sense in this. Okay. Check the order. Size is 99. Okay. Price is $9.90, 99.88. So we don't do anything to the size. Okay, we do that. Now we jump into the execute order. Save to this next one. This is true. Let's jump in. Let's jump in that. Now here's where things might get tricky. So our size is that. Our price is this. Fees paid. Gonna be that. Which I guess makes sense, right? Current trade P&L is negative $1. Okay. Percent change. I feel like I need to. Something is wrong here. So I have to use either the different formula or the change formula. I'm not sure which one I need to use. Because that should just be 1%, negative 1%. New free cash. New free cash is account state.freecash. I think this is the part that's fucked up. Because I think I have, if I'm closing the trade, because it's like this account state free cash is not correct. Because I'm subtracting, so something is not right here. Something is not right there. And then I do new free cash. No. The closed trade P&L is the closed trade P&L. Yeah. What is this? Oh man. This whole section is completely fucked. I need to go through. Yeah, I need to go through this whole thing. Yeah, at least I can say that this is working properly. But this whole thing is just an absolute mess. From here down, it's just a mess. All of this is a mess. I feel like this needs to change. New free cash. I think that this needs to be the this needs to be the account equity. Right? Because it's like if I'm closing out the trade, this is weird. Because if I get stopped out, I don't want to subtract from my free cash. Do I? This doesn't need to happen if I actually close out the trade. Oh man. New position equals account state position minus size. This this is perfectly fine. Let's see here. All right, so we are on this part right here. All right, so I'm making this video just to let you know I have absolutely no idea still on how to do this. I feel like I'm close, but the problem is that since I'm just using US dollars and I'm going against US dollars, that the reason why what I'm doing doesn't work is because it's in no way, shape, or form is it taking into consideration the price. So like here, let's say that, or at least that's what I think is happening. So here, let's say that I have a size of 150 at $15. So that means I bought 10 shares here, basically. Well, if I wanted to reduce my position by half, what the hell happens? So I go to 75, but if I bought 10 shares, 75 divided by 10, that should be 5. So if I wanted to reduce my position, which would be 5, if I go from 10 shares to 5 shares, how would I do that here? The size right here is the position is 150. And the size here is 75, so that's dividing this. But then where does this price come in? This size, so what's weird is like the size has kind of like the price already built into it. This wouldn't really make any sense. Because if this is 10, then right here I'm reducing my position by half, which means that, but again, if I change this to 5, I'm still reducing my position by half. So now here I have to do something with like the percentage change. Something Something has to happen here with this price thing. And I'm not 100% sure what to do about that. So, we shall try to figure out the math tomorrow, or I might have to go back and just redo everything and make it so that way, unfortunately, my position is in Bitcoin. So that way I can use this size. I think that's the way they do it on testnet, though. But I'm not 100% sure. Oh, my internet's dead. Is it dead? No. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I can connect somewhere else. Because I'm trying to download something. I might as well stop because there's no way it's going to download in time. Let's see, are we connected? Yes, we are. So let's log in. In here. So we are on the test net. And so you can see here we're doing it's telling me my quantity in Bitcoin, it's telling me my cost. So if I open a long position, okay. So then if I do 200, if I do 50, how do I, oh, you can close? Wait, what? It says I'm in a 0.004 position size for Bitcoin. $87. Here it says I'm in a 0.004 Bitcoin. Here, I'm still in a 4. So it's like, what? Where's my position? My value is $87. So I couldn't just do 100. I have to do 87.13. Oh boy. Wait a minute. Did Bybit change up so you can do things in increments of like nothing? Look, look at that. You used to only be able to do things in increments of 0.5. Uh oh boy. You look like you can now do things in less than 50-cent increments. Oh my God. Wow. You can only do things in 0.3% increments. But here you can get my entry price is 0.7. What? They used to have it to where you could only do 0.5. Um, so here you can order by value. Please enter your desired order value. You can modify the required margin by adjusting. So that's why when I put in $100, I only got 87. So here if I did $100 at this price, is this much. So it'd only be able to get me in at 0.004, which 767.9. That's $87. Uh-oh. 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 The fuck? I don't have any money. Uh-oh. Um, I think everything that I just made is completely fucked. Well, not really. Because we could do make believe. and just say, you know, that I did buy $150 worth at the price of 15. Because then, yeah, now how are you gonna like risk half of your account? Alright.